What in the world, Bo? What's going on? It's your boy Big Low Country, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm 100% at a loss for words right now. Falcons fans. I'm sorry that we have to keep meeting like this. It's been a roller coaster these last few days, ain't it? We just been hitting failure after failure after failure. Man, boy, it's rough. It's rough. But oh, but forward off. But in words of my homeboy Kendrick Lamar, we gonna be all right. For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that loves to sit around and talk about sports. First of all, I do want to let everybody who come on to watch the show, if you watch it after we actually went live, make sure that you put a what in the world Bo in the comment. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? If you do that for me, I'll dance at your wedding one day. Also, I definitely want to show love to everybody who comes on to show love with us as well. Let me go ahead and give him a shout out. Here, John Brooks said he was the first one in here, and he said he smashed that like button. That's what I'm talking about. The real said, what in the world, Bo? What in the world? John says we have a quarterback. We got Marcus Mariota, but we don't have a running back, and we don't have an O line. We don't have a D line. We don't have any wide receivers. It's hard times, Bo. We right real. We need to draft well. Ricky Gang to a Big Low. What in the world, Bo? What in the world Marcus Mariota going to do? He going to catch balls too? Can we land Landry? Hey, Bo, I ain't gonna lie to you, it's tough. Michael Walker's in here. What it do? What's going on, coach? What in the world? What in the world? They call me Yeezy. What in the world, bro? What's good with your fam? Dredd says, hey, coach, it's getting scary. I think that's what Kyle Pitts meant when he said it's about to get scary in Atlanta.
Is that what he meant?
I think that's what he meant. But Kyle Pitts said, hey guys, this is about to get scary in Atlanta. He ain't never lied, boy. I'm scared to go to the game. Oh man. Not for everybody. What's going on? Man, first of all, let me shout out not for everybody. So tell me why I was scrolling on YouTube the other night. What was that? Last night, Coach Ron?
Yeah,
last night I'm scrolling on YouTube. All of a sudden I see Atlanta Falcons fans getting naked. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Where in the world? That's my lingo. Much love to my homeboy, not for everybody, man. He had a video and he called me out and said, look, Coach Big Low, he got naked. He got naked for the Julio Jones. Much love to you, Coach. Much love to you. I definitely enjoyed it, my brother. Calvin Ridley, he said, look, man, all jokes aside, I'm incredibly sad how we handle things. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. This is sentimental for me, bro. Matt Ryan has been our quarterback as long as me and Coach Roney been together. Like whenever we drafted Matt Ryan, that's when we were dating, right, Coach Roney? So it's definitely, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like, we're outlasting quarterback stints, Coach Roney, And I'm hoping that it's one of those cases where moving forward, we can have another quarterback that can last us for years to come. But I mean, we have to acknowledge the elephant in the room, guys. And I'm the one that's I'm going to call it like it is. I'm not going to pull no punches. I know a lot of people, they'll say, hey, I'm unapologetically honest and everything. Like, I'm not going to pull no punches when I tell y'all this. The Falcons mishandled this whole situation, guys. The Falcons mishandled this whole situation. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense how terribly we mishandled. Like, we got finessed. We got finessed like a Bruno Mars song, and we're dripping in it. Like,
no, they're dripping in it.
They're dripping in it. We were finessed, Bo. I ain't gonna lie to you. Merlin Norris says, is what the world? I don't know. You almost got it, Coach. But yeah, man. Yeah. What's going on, Dex? What in the world, Bo? Carl Thomas, he says he's in here. He said he's emotional. He says, I'm getting naked for Bryce Young. I can care less about this year. He said he getting naked like he dancing in the summer rain. Now, like y'all young Thundercats, y'all might not get that reference. Carl Thomas, look it up. Summer rain, sweet rain, whispers me to sleep. Y'all know that about it. Oh man, Kyle Davis says, y'all may need Taysom Hill right now. Man, boy, that's tough right there. That's tough. Dirty Bird 08, he says 126 million in cap space next year. So 2023 is the target. I guess the question is though, coaches, is that how often have we seen when a team has $100+ million in cap space, it make a difference? Like how often have we seen that?
Didn't the Jaguars have that before last season?
The Jaguars have had it many seasons. Like the Jaguars, they went through this process at least 5 times where they signed all the top-notch free agents, and then Arizona did it. And I'm not talking about this past go round. I'm talking about a while back, a few years ago. Like this happens over and over and over again. The successful teams in the NFL are the teams who they draft well, and they use that salary cap for free agents if they legitimately need it. But they just keep re-upping their guys, paying them early. That's how you build a successful team. So it's like, I know everybody's saying, hey, man, $126 million, I ain't going to lie to you. You know what that looks like to me? Whenever I see $126 million, that looks like we're going to overpay for people who aren't going to perform up to the amount that we're paying them for, i.e. Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk got how much? 80 something million dollars. He's getting paid like $20 million a year. Y'all know good and doggone well Christian Kirk don't deserve that kind of money. But if he goes and talks to the Jaguars and he knows that the Jaguars have got all this expendable income, what you think he's gonna do? In the words of Granddad, he's gonna hit them upside the head and take everything in their pockets. So, I mean, yes, $126 million is looking good, Coach. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would love to have that kind of money at hand. But the question is, how are we going to draft? That's the most important question. How are we going to draft? Because the top-notch talent guys, like the straight-up game-changing guys, they get re-signed. The Aaron Donalds, they get re-signed. Aaron Rodgers gets re-signed. We're not gonna, we're not going to see Justin Jefferson as a free agent. We're not going to see that. Jamar Chase, in 2-3 years, he's not going to show up as a free agent. So moving forward, it's all about who's going to be available at the draft that's going to actually help this team out. That's the question, Coach Ronnie. Ghost Peppers, he says, what in the world, Bo? Terry Fontenot, we could rebuild the O-line. Or what if we just got someone who could run for their life? I don't know, Coach. I legitimately don't know what to tell you on that one, Bo. It seems like that's the reasoning in this particular case. It seems like that's the reason. Jamal D, he said nobody won't chase him. He's not a good quarterback. Coach Ronald, what's this link that you put in here?
Oh, that's the video.
Oh, okay. Not for everybody. Yeah, okay, yeah. I check out Not For Everybody, man. He gonna give y'all some good content. Kane Bailey, he says, how would you react if come the draft day, the Falcons select the quarterback with that 8th pick?
Can you talk about that one before
Yeah. So Kane Bailey, if you could hold that question for a minute and bring it back to me in a few minutes. But we need to talk about Matt Ryan. We need to talk about the elephant in the room that wears number 2, who's married to Sarah and has 2 ice cubes named Johnny and Marshall. I'm gonna miss those kids. Oh boy. So first of all, good for Matt. He's going to a great situation. He's going to a great situation. He's going to a team with a great offensive line, great defensive line, probably the best running back in the NFL, a great coach. Matt Ryan, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all this. If you play fantasy football, draft Matt Ryan. Draft Matt Ryan in the top 7 or 8. If you play fantasy football, no, the first 7 or 8 picks. You know,
okay.
yeah. If you play fantasy football, draft Matt Ryan because Matt Ryan's going to be balling. He's going to be balling in Indianapolis. Like, just imagine it's one of those cases where he legitimately has been baptized by fire for these last 4 years. Now he's actually going to have time to throw the ball. I could definitely see Matt Ryan having a Pro Bowl type season. I ain't finna get naked and say MVP type season, but I could definitely see Matt Ryan having a Pro Bowl type season. Pee Wee, the great, he says, "Yo, what's up, Coach? Browns fan here. Lost out on Watson and now traded Ryan. Dang, bro, that has to hurt." What the word? Man, if only you do. You don't know how much it hurt, Coach. You don't know how much it hurt. Now, hold on, y'all. Hold on. We got a surprise guest in here today. We got Joey Harrington. Joey Harrington is in the chat. Joey Harrington said, "Hey, look, if anybody needs me, I can come out of retirement for one more season." We good, Joey. We good. You we'll take Baker. We'll take our chances with Baker. Oh my goodness. But I mean, yeah, you know, and let's talk about how we got there, Coach. T was a coach, so you petty. Let's talk about how we got here, though. Y'all know I like to use real life examples, you know. So yesterday that was in a lot of people's homes. That's laundry day, right? Yesterday I was doing laundry, and you know, just like most of y'all, and y'all don't be picturing this because I know y'all nasty. I was walking around the house in my drawers. So while I was walking around the house in my underwear, I put a load of underwear in the washing machine. Walked away from the washing machine. I said, "Wait a minute, I can put these in the washing machine too." Guess what I did? I got naked, put them in the washing machine. Listen, so I got naked, I took my drawers off, threw them in the washing machine. So basically, what I'm saying is sometimes getting naked is convenient. Basically, what I'm saying is getting naked is convenient, and that's what happened to the Falcons. The Falcons conveniently got naked for Deshaun Watson. They was like, "Oh, this, you know what? This is the perfect time to get naked right here. I think I'm gonna just take my clothes off, you know." And that's what they did. They got naked because they was like, "Oh, Deshaun Watson, he talk about coming here. Shoot, we might as well just go ahead and get naked and expose ourselves to him." And that's what they did. And in this situation, it didn't work. It came back to bite us. You know, it came back to bite us. Now, of course, it hurts whenever you get bit. It came back to bite you, you know, but it hurts you even worse whenever you get bit while you're naked. And that's what happened to the Atlanta Falcons, Coach Ronnie. Okay. Now, I know that you in the comment talking about that story was unnecessary. That story was completely necessary. It matches up perfectly.
That story was team too much.
It matches up perfectly. It was convenient for me to get naked because I felt like it was going to go ahead and complete the purpose that I was trying to complete, which is washing my drawers. And Look, that's what I did. And in this case right here with the Atlanta Falcons, Arthur Blank, he said, shoot, you know what? We need a quarterback. Why don't we just go all in on Deshaun Watson? They did it, and whenever it was one of those cases, it was like, oh, okay, you know, we're gonna go ahead and go all in on Deshaun Watson, and it didn't work. That left Matt Ryan over here disgruntled. Matt Ryan was like, well, look, either y'all gonna pay me more money, or you go ahead and trade me. Everybody already upset because Matt Ryan is like, everybody's like, man, he got like the biggest cap hit in NFL history. We can't pay him anymore. So instead, what do we do? What do we do, coaches? I got a bright idea, Terry Fontenot.
Super spy.
That's a whole nother show, Coach Roddy. That's a whole nother show. Terry Fontenot like, hey, look, guys, you know what? Calm down. I got an idea. This is what we're going to do. Like, wait, okay, Terry, what you got? I've been thinking about this, and I've been putting my heart into it while I've been praying. Check this out. Y'all hear me? I'm like, okay, Terry, give us the deal. What is it? We're going to trade Matt Ryan for a third-round pick.
But wait.
but wait. There's more. Okay, all right. A first next year or something, the second. We're going to take that $40.5 million, and take that dead cap hit. We're geniuses. Like, no, coach. No. What are you doing? Mr. Supercam 1991, he says, last week, you was popping in on the Panther stream talking about Deshaun Watson coming to ATL. Now, he said, now, you ain't got no quarterback. How does that feel? Where the world?
First of all,
Where the world? I just said, I came on there and said, hey, like, how you guys feel? I ain't talking no trash or nothing like that now. So let's get that out the way. And second of all, y'all ain't got no quarterback either. So look. Super Cam, much love to you, my brother. Thank you so much. That's that. Da-da-da. That's a Superman chat. But yeah, man. Yeah. My big little butt cheeks all out like Prince. Where the world? Oh man. Sean, he says we got a third-round pick. He's worth 2 first-round picks, shaking my head. So look. I'm telling y'all something, man. We whiffed on this one. we whiffed on this one, Bo. We whiffed on this one. If you ever want to picture Big Low trying to swing at a Major League Baseball pitch, that's just how bad we whiffed. You want to know how bad we whiffed, guys? Do you want to know how bad we whiffed? Last year, Carson Wentz averaged 205 yards per game. I think he only threw touchdowns in the teens. Right? The Colts traded him away for 2 second-round picks. Carson Wentz, the guy who people say is the locker room cancer, been on 3 different teams in 3 different years. That same Carson Wentz, that guy gets traded for 2 second-round picks. Matt Ryan gets traded for a third round, a former MVP, won the Super Bowl for 3 quarters. That same Matt Ryan, he gets traded for a third-round pick. Come on, Bo. And think about this right here. I know everybody's like, well, look, they were up against the deadline. Well, Terry should have did something. The reason why I say this is because this trade went down at 2 o'clock. This trade went down. We got the news at 2 o'clock. Terry should have made some calls or something. Like he should have been like, hey, the same way those people with questionable character be selling stuff in the middle of the street. Whenever you go in the hood, like, hey, I got this toaster for you. Like, no, like that's the same way Terry should have been trying to sell Matt Ryan right before, because it was almost like he was like, hey, if you want Matt Ryan, you can take him, But nah, you supposed to come and say, hey, I'm selling this toaster, and it'll come with 2 pieces of bread. That's how you supposed to sell it.
Why are we
White or wheat? Which one you want? You know, you go ahead and start closing it. Kevin Art with the $5 Superman chat. He says, I'm the happiest for Matt Ryan. He got a chance to be appreciated and win more playoff games. I mean, and I'm definitely happy for Matt Ryan too. I just wish we could have got more for him. That's all I'm saying. Matthew Stafford went for 2 first-round picks, y'all. 2 first-round picks. Matt Ryan went for a 3rd-round pick. When Matthew Stafford won the MVP. So that MVP run 2016, that just didn't happen. Where's Matt Ryan at? Like 7th right now in quarterback passing yards. Like all that stuff didn't happen. What in the world, bro? Kevin Art. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Much love to you, my brother. AJ says, Awash Muhammad Sanu went for more than Matt Ryan. Yes, Awash Muhammad Sanu wanted to guess who was our GM then. I mean, that's true. You got the comrade, Thomas Dimitrov. You know, he got more from Muhammad Sanu than we got from Matt Ryan. I know everybody's like, well, dang, coach, we were in a hard place. You know, we was in a tough situation whenever we traded Matt Ryan away because it was like, look, he would have just sit on my team.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I ain't finna trade you. You darn right. You finna shake some hands, kiss some babies or something. Mm-hmm. You know? You ain't finna sit up here and no, I ain't finna trade you with no 3rd-round pick. Granddad said, Big Low, are you wearing the Hawaiian shirt in honor of signing Marcus Mariota? I guess so. I guess so, coach. I felt a little Tommy Bahama-ish today. They got the Falcon on it. This is my Tommy Bahama Falcon shirt. Calvin Ridley, he says, dun dun dun. I'm depressed. Wait, I'm depressed chat.
Say it right.
Dun dun dun. That's I'm depressed chat. Dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. Appreciate that, Calvin Ridley. I'm glad that you put your money towards something more. I'm just glad that you put your money towards better things, you know. Oh man, stay off those bet nows. Dirty Bird 08, he says poverty ownership, poverty front office, poverty coaching. They mishandled Julio, Ridley, and Matt. Just pathetic. I mean, think about this, guys. If you would have turned on Madden, 2021 last year, Julio Jones, Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley, the top 3 players for the Atlanta Falcons. All of those guys are no longer on the team. It's like, come on, man. This is like the Oklahoma City Thunder. Like, man, James Harden gone, dang. Kevin Durant gone, dang. Russell Westbrook gone, dang. Like, everybody leaving. What in the world? We can't keep none of these guys, none of these talented guys on the team. Because you know why? You got naked when it was convenient for you. That's what happened. Look, I do need y'all to do a country boy a favor. Make sure that you hit that like button. You know, if you could, you hit that like button. I promise you I'll dance at your wedding one day. If you're glad that we traded Matt Ryan away, hit the like button. If you're, you know, if you're in disarray, trying to find out who you can run to, you know, like an old SWV song, like I am, make sure that you hit that like button. Let's get it. GA says, in all seriousness, though, he says, in all seriousness, though, it was time, coaches, even though we bid ourselves, it was time to tear it down and start over. It'll pay off in the long run. So, you know, I guess that could be our first one, two question of the night. Since Let's Get It brought that up. Do you feel like it was time? Like, do you feel like it was time for us to make this transition? I feel like the Falcons just happened sooner than they wanted it to happen. But if you feel like this was time for this to happen, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like we could have waited one more year and kept Matt Ryan, put a 2 in the chat. I legitimately want to know what y'all think. Huh? Yes. And make sure that you hit the like button. Sanchez Lowe, he says, Big Low, we signed Marcus Mariota to a 2-year deal. We do have a quarterback. Okay. All right. You know. Marcus Mariota. All right. You know, you gotta pronounce it like your old uncle and granddaddy. Like, what's old Marcus Mariota doing? Man, why Marcus Mariota don't throw that interception? Like it's Mariota. It's Mariota, Uncle John. Man, whoa, Marcus Mariota. Oh man. Jason Gaines. Oh, wait a minute. My bad, Sanchez. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Oh man, appreciate that, Dre Murphy. Also, Jason Gaines says Cam Newton has more kids, 7, than he does career playoff wins, 3. Fido is an Aints plant, submersive sabotaging from within. That's what Coach Ronnie been saying.
I told y'all the day he got hired.
Look, that's what Coach Ronnie been saying. She's been saying that. So all I can say about that, Jason Gaines, is dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. Look, as far as I don't know what Terry doing. Like I don't know. Terry throw it off or something. They need to start drug testing Terry. They need to start doing something. Is he getting into my stash? Like, what's going on? Jay says, I told you Matt Ryan needed to be moved. Only a third rounder explained that. But everybody can agree that Carson Wentz needed to be moved. But he's still a quarterback that could win in this league. And he got 2 seconds for him. 2 second-round picks for Carson Wentz. But Matt Ryan, we only got a third-round pick. What in the world, bro? Like, come on now. You got to give him more than that. Come on. Dre Murphy says he hated to see Matt Ryan go. He didn't feel like it was time. Michael Walker said that Ben's going to be Superman empty. AJ Evans says, he said, look, man, it was time to cut bait. TB the official says, look, man, they should have did it last year. Philip Stevens says 1. He says they should have went ahead and made that move. Not for everybody. It feels like they should have made the move. Definitely. What's that? Benafsi Network says that 1 says that we should have went ahead and made that move. Now was the time. B. Tucker said we should have waited. Said we should have held on just a little bit longer. Dante Spade and Jamal D, they agree that look, it's one of those cases where it was time. The writing was on the wall like a Destiny Child album. Millie Mills, Coach Wallace, Arthur Smith's cousin, said, look, we should have went ahead and waited before we let go of Matt. Virtual GM, he gave me 11 ones. I think that's for emphasis. Lynn T, Cartier, Dub, Quentin, everybody ready for this man to go. 14, Dante, good gracious. Q Walker, everybody think it was time. So I guess it's one of those cases, guys, where we know, like, don't be looking for no playoff burst next year. Like, I'm staying optimistic. Because I know how unpredictable the sport of football is. I know that, Tom Brady, he could go out first game of the season, break his hip. He is 45. He could break his hip, and they got to run with Kyle Trask for the rest of the season. Jameis Winston, he could mess around and get hurt again, or he could just be playing terribly. Like we legitimately don't know. And then that NFC South is going to be open. Then it's going to come down to the team of no quarterbacks to win the NFC. The teams with no quarterbacks to win the NFC South. Eric Dennis, he says that he feels like we could have stayed with him. Tristan West says I love Matt Ryan too, and I agree it was time to move on. So I'm Molly Miles said we should have kept him. I think that's just for selfish reasons. I think that's what that is. No one says at this point should have let Matt Ryan retire a Falcon. Okay. But the thing is that Matt Ryan said he want to play up into his 40s. So that means, you're going to get 3, 4, 5 more years of him. Is that something that you're willing to do? That's the question. Well, Amy said, man, we terrible this year. Dread, Dex, they think it was time. Tack McKinley said that we should have let Matt Ryan go just like we let him go. You know, he said it was time. Oh man. So I mean, I'm gonna be honest with y'all guys. Just looking at it from a football standpoint, Coach Roney, you know, she's a football wife. She knows that if you're trying to do the same thing with the same group of people for 4 years, she knows that it's not gonna work. And she's been saying this for a while. Coach Roney been saying, hey, it might be time to move on. You know, just like a Washington Commodore song. It's time to let it go. that ain't Washington Commodore. Who that is? That's man, who say that song?
No. Is that like what's the guy's name?
Teddy.
Teddy Pendergrass.
Yeah.
The other guy, Marvin Gaye.
Yeah. That's Teddy though. That ain't Marvin Gaye. That's Teddy. But yeah, you know, it just might be time to let it go. You know, and I understand. You know, like I said, I love Matt Ryan. I got a special connection to him. Matt Ryan made me more of a fan. He made me more of a fan moving forward. I'm sorry, y'all. Look, I do want to let y'all know. Y'all see me sipping on something over here. Give my disclaimer. I give this every show. What's in my cup is in my cup. It might be water. It might be moonshine. But if you see me smiling, that just means I'm happy to see you. Man. But yeah, like Matt Ryan, he made me more of a Falcons fan. So look, it's one of those cases where I gotta, as much as it pains me to say it, it's like I gotta, you know, let him go. You know.
It is Teddy.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was Teddy. Kimberly Watson said, y'all made Matty Iceman. Oh man, Matty Ice is fine, guys. Like everybody's sitting here wondering what's Matt Ryan's, what is he thinking? I'm gonna tell you, Matt Ryan is perfectly fine. He's made $250 million off of this franchise. Like if he leaves with bad feelings, that's on him, bro. That's on him. Like as much money as we've given Matt Ryan directly out of our pockets, if he leaves with hurt feelings, that's on him. Like I can't be happy for you. You know, Jamel says, what you think about drafting Willis, coach? And as a matter of fact, I remember another part of the coaching staff, they asked me this question a little bit earlier. They said, well, dang, coach, let me ask you, would you take Malik Willis at 8? I don't think I could, coach. I legitimately don't think I could take Malik Willis at 8. The reason why I say that is because you just got too much talent at the top end of this draft, and you have too many holes. I don't even want to take a quarterback in this draft, to be completely honest with you. I don't want to take a quarterback in this draft. Let Marcus Mariota try to, you know, find a resurgence for his career and, you know, hopefully win a job somewhere else. But I'm going to tell you something, coach. We need to just hold on until next year. This is our chance to be the Seattle Seahawks. Y'all remember us talking about that the other night? How whenever they took Russell Wilson, what was that? First pick in the second draft, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. They had the Legion of Boom built around them. They had that offensive line. They had Marshawn Lynch. They had all that talent. And they could pay those guys while Russell Wilson was on his rookie contract. They brought in Matt Flynn because, you know, he had those a few big games with the Green Bay Packers while Aaron Rodgers was hurt. But then, you know, in training camp, they said, okay, Russell Wilson is obviously the guy. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think that we should wait to get our guy next year. Let's go ahead and we can continue to amass picks just in case we do need to move up and get Bryce Young. You know, I like Bryce Young. I think he's an NFL caliber quarterback, and he's playing in a pro style system in Alabama. But Tramel, before I move on, you know what the tradition is. I got to do it. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Oh man. Definitely, man. Definitely. Gadex boy, he says, "What in the world, Bo? Matt gone. We got that athletic quarterback though. I mean, we we gonna see how it works. We gonna see. Hey, look, I know everybody. A lot of people they're coming and they're like, man, look, we got our athletic quarterback. So like, y'all don't come complaining whenever we get this athletic quarterback and he can't play. I'm going into the season completely optimistic with no signs of negative energy going into this season. I'm finna go. I'm finna be just as crunk as I was last season at training camp. I'm gonna be making a hype video the same way I did last year. We're gonna be there, wide open, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. So, a lot of people are looking at this as a tank year. I'm looking at this as a thank year. Iron Mike, he says, we only got a third-round pick, and we got a quarterback who last looked like a starter when he scorched our sorry defense. Lord have mercy. Hey, boy, it is what it is. That's all I can tell you. But Iron Mike, that's that. Dun, 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 that's a Superman chat. But yeah, you're right though. You're right. That's the last time he looked legit. That's the last time he looked legit. So I mean, I can't even say nothing about that one, Bo. Can't even say nothing about that one. Murgod 777 says we do not draft a QB1 in this draft. We could do that next year. And I agree. Matty Goats, he also says, I think the evidence shows that we need a new team owner. Arthur Blank is going senile. Ooh.
Watch your mouth.
Bang, bang.
Watch your mouth. Ooh,
dang, Coach Roney. I mean,
how dare you?
Coach Roney, like, he got a point. He got a point. I'm just saying.
See now?
Coach Roney, like, he was crying.
He's an emotional man.
He was crying in a negotiation.
He's a lover and a business.
He's a lover.
Yes.
a lover of senility. I don't know. Like, what in the world? Coach Roney, he got a point. Like, Arthur Blank, there's no reason we don't got no quarterback now. I know everybody keeps saying we got Marcus Mariota, but there's no reason. There's no reason Marcus Mariota should be our quarterback. That's all I'm saying. Guess who our quarterback is? Josh Rose. Phil Franks. Marcus Mariota.
Oh, boy.
Those are our quarterback, Coach Ronan. You gotta put that on partially on Arthur Blank. He got naked. He was putting his drawers in the washing machine. And he said, you know what? This serves the purpose. And he got naked when it got convenient for him. And to a certain extent, I don't blame him. He took a gamble and he lost. He came off the riverboat with one sock on. That's what happened. Oh, man. So I'm hearing a lot of people talk about CJ Stroud. But I guess the next 1-2 question is, guys, is that if you feel like we should take a quarterback in this draft, I don't care who it is, Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis, Ritter, I don't care. If you feel like we should take a quarterback in this draft, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where, we need to wait and build this team the right way, put a 2 in the chat. Because one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that every time a team misses and whiffs on a quarterback, it sets that franchise back at least 3 years. Every time a team whiffs on a quarterback, it sets that franchise back 3 years. Sergeant King says, who that? Look, come on, bro. Come on. Y'all signed a good quarterback today. Oh, man. So, yeah, if you feel like we need to take a quarterback this year, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where we need to wait, put a 2 in the chat. Padre, he says, Terry Fontenot has officially becoming throw it in reverse Terry. Back up, Terry. You ever see that video, Coach Roddy? Back it up, Terry. Back it up, Terry. He says he got to have the greatest draft in team history to get this right. Coach, I've been saying this, but you know, whenever I was saying this before, we lost Calvin Ridley and Matt Ryan. I was saying this before. Guess, we finally signed a pass rusher, Lorenzo Carter. Old, he's a little bit long in the tooth. He'd have been around for a few pecan seasons, but we got a pass rusher. I'm hoping that it could definitely be something that helps get us over the hump. I'm hoping that he's going to be one of those guys that, kind of put us over the edge as far as training these younger guys that we draft. That's the hope. But Padre, that's that. Dun, 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 that's a Superman chat. Oh, man. Let me see here. Hey, Coach Ronnie, could you pull that fan up for me? No. Excuse me, the old coach, but I done got hot. Now it's getting hot, like old Missy Elliott song. Ty Dollar, he said, look, the time is now to draft the quarterback. The time is now. Jamal D, Coach Dre, Sterling Woods, they all say that we need to go ahead and wait. Philip Stevens, he says we need to go ahead and wait. Millie Mills said, let's go ahead and do it. Stop playing. Yeah, appreciate that, Coach Ron. Appreciate that. Yeah. Jason Gaines says we did re-sign Cherry Cola Patterson. He said. Dodson Spate, 14-14. They both said we need to wait. Murgod 777, Coach Ghost Peppers, Cartier, Joseph Thornton. I know that he brought the oil to the chat. They all said that we need to wait. The grooming experience. He said, no, Coach, look, if you get naked once, you can get naked again. Let's go ahead and get Malik Willis. Oh, man, bro. Oh, man, decisions. Now, the thing is that now we're going to see, if the Falcons don't get Malik Willis, we're going to see how good their marketing department is. We're legitimately going to see how good their marketing department is. I've been trying to tell them, like, look, y'all need to get Coach Lowe on the marketing team. I get people in there. Go ahead and pull the trigger. I don't got to be an insurance adjuster forever. Y'all want me to do the marketing? We're going to see. Because we don't want to see all them empty seats. Because I can almost guarantee y'all can look. Y'all done seen them so much, y'all can probably tell me what color the seats are in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Because y'all done seen them on TV so much. That shouldn't be the case. It shouldn't be the case. Khalil Hunter and Wreck Train, they also agree. They agree that we should wait. D.A. Hunter, not for everybody. They agree. They think that we should wait as well. Ty Dollar said, let's go ahead and do it, bro. You don't need to play in the radio. You want to be about it. Be about it. Let's go ahead and make something shake, baby. We're shaking potato chips or bacon. Let's go. Boomer Falcon, ATL and Charles B. They said, look, y'all need to just wait now. Pump your brakes. Slow down there, Ghost Rider. Slick says 1, but not at 8. And that's, you might have a point there. Because think about it, Coach. You got 2 second-round picks. You got 2 third-round picks. If I'm not mistaken, don't you got 2 fifth-round picks, if I'm not mistaken? So, I mean, that could be an option. And you got another fourth-round pick in next year's draft from that Julio Jones trade. So, I mean, that could be something that you could definitely consider. That could definitely be something that you consider. I mean, but I'm just seeing all these 2s in the chat, Coach Ronnie. So I'm thinking the majority of everybody feels like we might need to wait. Kendall Quincy Bias 1997 feels like we should wait. Reggie Reg in here, it's a party now. Padre says 2. You say ain't no future in this draft. Well, that's rough. You start using verbiage like that. Now, look, I do need y'all to do a country boy a favor and make sure that you do hit that like button. If you hit that like button for me, and you can use it to express yourself. If you're upset and you're going to be missing Matt Ryan this season, you're going to be missing number 2 playing for the Atlanta Falcons. If you could, just make sure that you hit that like button. If you're glad that he's gone, you need a way to express that, you can also hit that like button. Either way, I just want you to hit the like button. Oh, man. So, yeah, I mean, it's looking like a lot of people are going number 2. Tack, Eric Dennis, Tristan Rayleigh. A lot of people are saying, hey, man, we need to go ahead and make that move. Wait until next year to make that move. And I can definitely see that. Grandizer. Yeah, so I guess the question is, it's one of those things where are you confident in your ability to draft this year? Yeah, baby, good. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. The question is, are you confident in your ability to draft this year? Matty Ghost, he says, Mariotto. He said Mariotto is brittle like plastic in the cold. I give him 6 games with this porous offensive line. He is a little bit on the brittle side, coach. Might have to start calling him peanut brittle. Zudit TTV, he says, no, Bo, you wait till next year. Now, ATL, DSGB, he gave us a 3. You tell me what that 3 mean, coach. You tell me what that 3 mean. But Tyler Russell came, he says WTF, Bo. He said, whoa. Oh man. But yeah, it's one of those cases, guys, where now Philip Stevens, he said, let's go get Kaepernick. Now, you know, he ain't played. He ain't played for a minute since the beginning of the Trump administration. That's a long time, boy. That's a long time. A lot of peak ass season to be watching now. Padre says they can bring in Malik Willis, Bruce Willis, and what you talking about, Willis? You have the same level of play. 2023 is the move. What you talking about, Willis? Padre, appreciate that, my brother. Thank you for supporting the channel. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. What you talking about, Willis? Oh man. DA, he says, let's just be competitive is all I ask. And that's what I'm saying too. You know, a lot of people saying, man, we just gonna lose every game. I like, look, if we lose every game, you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing, guys. Guess what? A couple years ago, we pretty much lost every game.
So you want to go to the stadium because you got a season ticket for 9 games where you know we're gonna lose.
If my team is competitive, I don't know we're gonna lose. That's all I'm saying. I want to be competitive. Well, that's what I'm saying. I want to be competitive. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to be a situation where I know we're gonna get our backs blown out. But if we're competitive, like if we go to the game and you know it's a tough game and we end up losing 23 to 19, I'd be like, okay, look, we need to improve on this, and this. I could take that because I look at it like a coach, and I'm looking at it like next year they'll be right. But you know, just like I do, Coach Ronnie, whenever I coach high school football, we could tell whenever a squad was legit or not. You remember?
Yeah.
You remember? You would come, you would sit on the in the stands, you would watch them practice. You'd be like, okay, y'all might have something this year, Coach. Yeah. And so, I mean, we just got to see. We just gotta wait. I mean, we get caught up in what's happening and what's not happening if we want to. Yeah, we get caught up in what's happening and what's not happening if we want to. What's going on, Coach Ron? Oh yeah. But the fact of the matter is that you know we just got to make sure that this team can stay competitive. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. You might go 3-13. You might.
Oh my God!
You might.
3-13.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. You might go 3-13.
3-13.
That might happen, but you never know. You might go 8-9. Like you might go 9. Like you legitimately never know. You know they call it any given Sunday for a reason. The grooming experience. He says go for Willis now. No guarantee next year. I mean, I understand that. Justin Farmer, he says Bryce Young is a good fit in Atlanta. Man. Mudbone, he says, look, I think this is a good thing for the Falcons. they get a head start on the quarterback of the future, especially seeing that there are no young up-and-coming quarterbacks in our division at the moment. And that's true. That's true. You get a chance to legitimately set your franchise up for years to come. Now, Coach Tyler, he said, Coach Christine, she pissed. Why are you pissed?
Well, first of all, I feel like a little bit of a bait and switch. We've already paid for these tickets and stuff. And it's looking like we're not going to win at all. I would have liked to have known that before I dove in and paid them thousands of dollars to waste my Sunday and watch losses.
Did we win any home games last year?
One.
Which one?
Detroit.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
I don't want that feeling again. But it would be different if I'm like, okay, well, we're not going to be competitive, but at least these tickets are sought after. I can just sell them. Nobody want to go to it. I literally tried to give some tickets away, and no one wanted them. So the only game we won was Detroit. I was like, here, Chris, take some tickets. They're free. You're really close. It's on the 100 level. And they were like,
nah, we good. I got to wash my cat that day. Matty Ghost, he says, Willis is Tyrod Taylor. Great arm, but all he could do is run. Zone blitz equals INT and lots of sacks. Bryce Young can read defenses and throw wide receivers open. And that's what you got to have in the NFL to be that guy for years to come. I feel like Bryce Young, he could give the Atlanta Falcons what they need because, everybody's complaining about wanting a mobile quarterback. Well, first of all, you're going to get it this year. Marcus Mariota has some wheels on him. Second of all, it just feels so funny saying that talk about another quarterback besides Matt Ryan. I'm sorry. Anyway, it's been so long. It's been so long. But so Bryce Young, he can make those throws and he can move around in the pocket, move the pocket himself by rolling out, naked boots, play action passes. He runs that pro style offense in Alabama. So, I mean, it's legitimately perfect, guys. But the question is will we be patient enough to get him? Sherry Carter says, if Atlanta signs someone else, all you should trade for is Drew Lock. I don't want Drew Lock. Yeah, I don't want Drew Lock.
No, thank you.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Drew Lock, nah. He can stay where he at. The grooming experience says Bryce Young showed he can't read defenses under pressure. Now, look, if you talk about that national championship game, you got to remember that. You got to remember what defense he was playing against too. That was one of the best defenses in not just school history, but just college football history. But also remember what he did to that defense the first time he played them. He burnt their draws off. He burnt their draws off. And he left that Georgia team looking stunned. Now, the benefit that he had was he had a chance to actually prepare for him. He's going to be preparing at a whole different level on the NFL side. And being coached under Nick Saban, that preparation, like that's not just something that you do. That preparation is a way of life. Everybody talks about the Patriot way and the Belichick way. There's a Nick Saban way too. There's a reason why these wide receivers have been so good in the NFL. Because Nick Saban, he lives off of precision, and I can easily say that Bryce Young is the most talented quarterback I've seen come out of Alabama in this whole Nick Saban era. The Parker Wilsons, the Big Mac, what's the kid's name that's playing for New England now? Mac Jones.
But you like Mac Jones.
I like Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones
is better than him.
Oh yes. Yes. Bryce Young is better than Mac Jones.
What about Tua?
Bryce Young is better than Tua. I mean, I ain't trying to knock Tua.
Right.
I'm just saying Bryce Young is better than Tua. Like Bryce Young is legit. All of these guys. Who's the guy that we had to back up last year on the Falcons that ended up getting hurt that came out of Alabama? He's better than him. Like Bryce Young is that dude. He's legit. Let's see here. Matt Jones says Christian Kirk is the next Antonio Brown. Watch. If you say next Antonio Brown, you might mean crazy. Crazy like Antonio Brown. Emmanuel says, tell her I'll take her tickets and she's giving them away for free. Which I give away last year. Everybody like, nah, I ain't trying to go to that game.
There was one game that we couldn't go to, and nobody wanted the tickets.
Nobody wanted the tickets. Well, Emmanuel said, keep him in mind. He said, if you ever try to give away in the future, keep him in mind. Matty Go says, Bryce is the truth. You can't base that championship game with freshmen and wide receivers running wrong routes and dropping touchdown passes. We have obvious novice fans that don't understand football. Bang, bang. Shots fired. Shots fired. Matty Ghost, I appreciate that. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Now, we do have to acknowledge, since Matty Ghost says we have, novice fans that don't understand football, we got to acknowledge there's a lot of fans out here. Some fans are glad that we're moving on from Matt Ryan. Some fans are definitely hurt, So if you come across those fans who, they get naked for Matt Ryan, like I said, sometimes, you conveniently get naked just for the situation. Some fans, they just walk around their house naked for Matt Ryan. Like it ain't because they washing clothes or nothing. They just walk around the house naked. So, if you know anybody like that, just tell them, like, look, it's going to be okay. In the words of Kendrick Lamar, we going to be all right. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, whenever Marcus Mariota gets out here and he starts throwing these passes and, he throws some interceptions, he's running and he runs into sacks, which is something that mobile quarterbacks do consistently. Like, y'all don't be fussing amongst each other. Talking about, see, this is what you get when you get a mobile quarterback. These things are going to happen. Like, so it be like that sometimes. It be like that sometimes. So, it's one of those things. Mr. Mill says, nah, coach. He said, Ritter's that guy for real, for real. I mean, look, and that could be the case. We don't know. Elijah Crawford says Bryce Young is not that guy. So he is not the guy. Ooh, man, boy, there's some legitimate feelings about Bryce Young out here. Matt Jones, he says Bryce Young is the next tour. Said he's a bust. Man, ATL says Mariota, he cheat for what's left, my boy. Oh man. Matty Go says that Bryce is the guy. Carl Thomas, while he's singing Summer Rain, and what's the other song? I wish I never met her at all. He said, hey man, Bryce Young the real deal. Let's see. Rick Crandall, he says Matt Ryan. Okay. Well, much love to you, Rick. Yeah, AJ McCarron. My bad. Yeah, so AJ McCarron, he came in, and I legitimately think, I appreciate that, coaches. I legitimately think Bryce Young is head and shoulders better than AJ McCarron. Head and shoulders better than Parker Wilson. Head and shoulders better than Tua.
What about Jalen Hurts?
We still don't know what Jalen Hurts is. We've seen some great things out of Jalen Hurts, but granted, that's whenever they played the Falcons. But we've seen some terrible things out of Jalen Hurts. I think with him, his biggest issue is the coaches. His coaching staff has to realize that they can't make that man run so much. Like Miles Sanders, there'll be some games where he only have 9 attempts. Like they weren't running with the running back, Jalen Hurts. And I don't know if he was having a selfish moment where he be running read options and he'll pull it every time and try to make something happen himself. But he was running the ball way too much. The grooming experience, he says, well, how many successful Alabama quarterbacks are out there? I mean, first of all, we got to go with the original, the legend, Joe Namath. I always loved the swag of Joe Namath. One of the first quarterbacks who really signified that a quarterback is the superstar of the team. He was came to the Super Bowl with a fur coat on in the 60s. Yeah. Floor length. Floor length.
To flip the coin, right? He's on a coin flip or something?
No, I'm talking about in the 60s.
Oh, wait.
Back in the day, yes.
Oh, so he just came with like the third first.
Yes.
A couple of years
Yes.
That's the old tree.
That's yeah. That's
like,
Joe been doing that. Joe been doing that. That ain't nothing new. He had discovered that late in life.
Wow.
But yeah, you got to go with Joe Namath. I mean, as far as successful in the NFL, I mean, here recently, Mac Jones, he was in the Pro Bowl. He was doing the gritty in the Pro Bowl. Jalen Hurts, we don't know. The jury's still out on him. I mean, Jalen Hurts, Mac Jones, A.J. McCarron, he's been around for like 8-9 seasons. I know that he ain't been killing the league. He ain't been setting the league on fire, but he's still been around. Padre says, I'm emotional. I mean, so like they haven't been like any Alabama players that's like winning MVPs and like putting up Patrick Mahomes numbers, but like there have been some who've been successful, But I mean, we definitely had to acknowledge that. But I think Bryce Young, I think he could be special. I definitely do. I think he's next up, to be completely honest with you. Justin Farmer, he says, man, there's so many places we could go with the 8th pick in the draft. I like Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan. I don't think Hutchinson going to be there, Coach. I think somebody's going to pick him up before we get a chance to get to him. I definitely do feel like the plan may change. Being completely honest with you, I'm just being completely transparent. The plan may change, guys. They might go ahead and see what they could do about getting the guy. Khalil Hunter, he says, Jordan, I can't go with Jordan Davis with the 8th pick. Now, maybe if I could trade back, I'd be more than happy with Jordan Davis. But moving forward, I legitimately can't do him with the 8th pick. It's a little bit too early. Bud Bone says, what do I do at 8? I ain't gonna lie to you, Coach. Give me Kayvon Thibodeau. If not, I think I might trade down. I might trade down because this team has so many holes to fill. See what you could do with Marcus Mariota, and then moving forward, get your quarterback. But build your team first. Like, I think this is a chance for the Falcons to learn their lesson. You got to build your team from the inside out. You can't just continue to build your team at receiver and then come back in receiver, tight end, tackle, guard. Like, you can't do that. You need to build from the inside out. Center, guard, tackle. Moving forward, running back, tight end, wide receiver. Same thing on the defensive side of the ball. Tackle, end, linebacker, cornerback, safety. That's how you build your team. That's how you build successful teams in the NFL. So I'm legitimately thinking that a 3rd round pick, bro. A 3rd round pick. Where in the world? We stuck. Joe Smith, he just came in. He said, yay. He just came in and said, yay. Tristan Rayleigh, he says, Jameson Williams, John Ross, and or Jonah Mechie, then defensive heavy, get Bryce next year. I mean, because think about it. If you get one of those Alabama wide receiver guys, first of all, I know that a lot of people are thinking, hey man, I don't know if that's something that you want to do, especially while we've been consistently getting burned by Alabama wide receivers like the last 2 years.
Gosh, no more. Other people can catch too.
I mean, so that being said, it's one of those cases, guys, where it's like you got to think. It's like, do you want to do like the Bengals and do like they did with the LSU boys and get that LSU quarterback and that LSU wide receiver, and hope that that's going to be the winning combination for years to come? Or do you want to say, hey, like, I just need the best guys on my team right now, so I could go with the Bryce Young, then turn around and get, a wide receiver from Ohio State, just take it from there. Eternal Flames in here. He says, wait until next year and draft Bryce Young. And I ain't gonna lie to you, Coach. That's kind of where I'm at. But I'm just gonna be completely honest with you guys. I'm flabbergasted at the fact that Matt Ryan got traded for a 3rd round pick. Like, what in the world? Do you know how sick everybody's going to be whenever Matt Ryan makes this deep playoff run with the Indianapolis Colts? Like, that's going to be sickening. And you're going to all you could do is say, well, I mean, at least we got a 3rd round pick for it.
What are the odds of that?
I ain't going to lie to you. I think the odds are very good for Matt Ryan. Think about it. He's in a terrible division. The Jaguars, the Texans, and the Titans, who seems like they're on their way down.
Thanks, Julio.
So, I mean, first of all, like, they're in a bad division, and I mean they have the squad to legitimately make a run. So, I mean, I could see if you get Matt Ryan in the playoffs with a good team, anything could happen. Like, anything can happen. Matt Ryan, he done seen it all, like an old Young Jeezy song. So it's one of them things. Zabo says, how Matthew Stafford get more draft capital than Matt Ryan, MVP Matt Ryan. What in the world, hey, Bo? Not even Matthew Stafford, Bo. Carson Wentz, 2 second-round picks for Carson Wentz, bro. 2 second-round picks. And Matt Ryan only gets traded for a 3rd round pick. That's the definition of what in the world, Bo. That's the definition of what in the world. Millie Mill says, low. You got to remember, though, the rest of that ALC is stacked, bro. I mean, and you're right. You're right. I mean, you look at it. You got, the Broncos now. You got the Chiefs. You got the Chargers. You got
Justin Herbert.
All right, Coach Roger. All right. You got the Chargers. You got the Raiders. The Raiders, they could definitely be making a run. You never know what Baltimore is going to do. You got the Bills. It's like there are a lot of good teams out there in the AFC. So but we all know that the first thing that you have to do is just get to the dance. Clay Mel says, look, man, the Falcons GM, he just didn't play it right. The Falcons GM, the whole Falcons front office didn't play it right, Bo. If you ask my utterly humble opinion, the whole front office didn't play this whole situation right. They legitimately fumbled the ball. They fumbled the bag. Rossi said, he said the Chiefs. Yeah, man. Yeah, there's a lot of great teams out there. The Bills are nasty. They got even better this year. So I mean, I'm looking at everybody in the AFC, and they could definitely push for a championship. Sanchez says, Big Low, as soon as Matt Ryan get traded, Cordell Patterson tweeted, it's time to warm up. Look, he do everything else. Why not? Oh, man. Sports 789 says, let it snow. What in the world? Outside. Huh? Oh, yeah. So The reason why he said that, I posted a short. It snowed in Atlanta. What was that, about 2 months ago, Coach Ron? Yeah, which is extremely rare when it snows in Atlanta. And, you know, I posted the video. You know, I shot my own music video. Yeah, I shot my own music video. You know, and I did the vocals. You know, I did the vocals myself. You know, vocals by Big Low Country. But yeah, man, yeah, that's why we got so many ongoing jokes on this channel, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. I do want to thank everybody for coming on to chill out with us, though. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us at Big Low Country Sports. Everybody who hits that subscribe button becomes a part of the coaching staff. So we get together, we chop it up like this all the time. So make sure if you want to, chill out with us again and be in the best chat on YouTube, to hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure that you hit that like button. You know, if you're upset that Matt Ryan got traded for a 3rd round pick, make sure that you hit that like button. That means that everyone should be hitting it. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. Definitely, man. Don't keep a good thing to yourself. ATL, and he said, CP, he's that guy. I don't know if y'all heard, we re-signed Christmas Tree Patterson. Christmas Tree Patterson. We call Cordero Patterson a whole bunch of names that begins with C, because Coach Roney, she don't know how to say his name.
I do know how to say it.
Coach Roney is my wife. She don't know how to say his name. What's his name? She don't know how to say Cordero Patterson, so she called him Cordero, like co-parenting. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, so a lot of people just put up random names, random things that start with C, and talk about Cordero Patterson. But yeah, we got all kinds of jokes like that, man. Now, Measy Bands, he says, look, man, at least we rebuilding. That's true. That's true. You got 5 picks in the first 80-something picks. So you got 5 picks that you could legitimately do something with. Question is what you're gonna do with them. Padre says Cultural Patterson and Isaiah Oliver are both bike. They bite, man. Oh man. Pax Paint says, so there was nothing else given besides that 3rd round. All I've seen is that we have a 3rd round and $40 million in dead cap. Yeah.
Well, they absorbed his contract after this point, though, right?
Yeah. So after this season, they absorbed his contract, but this season we got to pay that $40 million. We still owe for it. Yes. So we.
Somebody said we didn't even get their good 3rd round pick.
No, we got the bottom 3rd round pick.
Their lower 3rd round pick. They
Yes.
give us the top of the 3rd round.
Yes.
Golly.
It was one of those situations where it's like they ran our dog over. And then they put our dog in the bag and made us hold it. That's what it's like. We left holding the bag, $40.5 million. Like that's rough. That's rough. Pax Paint says, Corduroy Patterson. That's what I call him. Oh man. Cartier, he says, put some respect on Pitts. Hashtag Birdman hands. Oh, Jim Mott says Super Bowl Colts. Look, man, if that's something that would happen, first of all, if Matt Ryan wins the Super Bowl with the Colts, we would be extremely happy for Matt. We ain't got nothing but love for Matt here in the city of Atlanta. Even though everybody got naked for Deshaun Watson. But if Matt wins the Super Bowl in Indianapolis, you know what's going to happen. Everybody's going to be saying it must have been the Falcons franchise. The reason why Matt Ryan couldn't win the Super Bowl. So y'all going to have to put up with that. We're going to have to deal with all of that. Huh? They would definitely be right. Leroy Graff, he says we winning the Super Bowl this year. Who's your team, Leroy?
Is it the Falcons?
Rise
I
up.
might have some news for you.
Rise up. That's right, Leroy.
No way.
Oh man, Smart Ride says Colts not giving. He says the Colts not going to the Super Bowl in the AFC. Yeah, you never know, Bo. You never know. Colts got a good squad. Humble Brando, he says, how you feel about the Marcus Mariota signing? I'm not the biggest Marcus Mariota fan. You know, I know it's Mariota, but I just like to say Marcus Mariota. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm not a big Marcus Mariota fan. But I'm hoping that he could get us some wins next season. Because like I said, I'm going into this season completely optimistic. Henny Papa says Falcons roster suggests all bet on the first 3 games.
Can I highlight one?
Yeah, baby. Dre says, just in, Coach Low Fish got traded. Just in, Coach Low Fish got traded to the Goldfishes because it is size per sources. Because it's of its size per sources. This could be a game changer for more at 8. Oh my goodness. What in the world? All right. Okay, Coach. All right, Coach Dredd. We got to pull out the picture.
Oh my God.
We got to pull out the picture. So for everybody that's in the chat right now, put a 1 in the chat if you think that's a good size fish.
Oh wow.
If you think that's a good size fish, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like that fish is small, put a 2 in the chat. Now, I know I say this all the time, but I'm a big guy. So.
It's small, move on.
That's a good size fish. If y'all feel like it's a good size fish, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's a good size fish, put a 2 in. I ain't gonna do it like that. If you feel like it's a good size fish, put a 2 in the chat. But look, y'all gonna start hating on my fishing skills. Talk about because it's size per sources. What in the world? What in the world? Oh man, y'all are crazy. Jim Mott says Colts. Zabo says Marcus Mariota. Look, goat tastes good. ain't nothing like some smoked goat. Dre says it's a small fish. Cartier says that's a good sized fish. That's right.
Okay. Suck it up, Cartier.
Tyler says, man, that's a small fish. What in the world? Chad said that's a good eating sized fish right there.
Okay.
Mr. Chill says, man, they traded Matt Ryan for bubble gum and some spare change.
And that tiny fish. Keep going.
Sanchez and Coach Roney said it's a small fish. ATL says it's little. Oh, Mizzy Bands, he's just laughing because it's such a good sized fish.
Okay.
Donta and Padre says it's a small fish. What in the world? Hustle Man says it's a small fish. Mom said, Coach, no, that's a guppy. What in the world? Quincy, he says, hey, see y'all gotta get that hate out your heart. Granddaughter, Tyler, everybody else say it's small. I think it might be the picture. I think that's what it is.
Chad Etheridge did say it was nice eating, but then he said with a lot of grits.
Oh man.
D. Coleman. He said that's the fishes from Bankhead Seafood. What?
What in the world? Y'all ain't right, man.
Oh my
Y'all ain't right. I hate over fish.
Oh my God.
Coach Pa just said Coach Lowe caught an orca. That's right, Coach.
That don't match what you were saying earlier.
Padre, dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. Fins up, Coach. Fins up. You already know. Man, y'all are crazy, boy. Y'all are crazy. Brian, people said, Low, you can use that fish as bait, but what in the world? I didn't get that hate out your heart, boy.
Look, they're agreeing. Yeah, that would be at Bankhead Seafood. Their seafood selection was not the best. As you can imagine.
Jamal Street Low says, hey, it's too big for you, man. See, that's what I'm talking about.
All right.
Air says, two, it shrink when it get out the water. That's it. They shrink. So I Bankhead Seafood. Tyler Russell talking dun dun dun. That's a super small fish. What in the world? Lord have mercy. But look, man, I definitely appreciate everybody for coming on and chilling out with us tonight. Much love to everybody. Wait a minute. OG Silk, he just said the Falcons are done. How you doing? Who that for life? He says, hey, Coach, don't cry. Don't cry when you get off of here. Man, I'm just going to be crying those tears of joy, September through December after we whip up on those Saints. That's what I'm going to be crying. Saints, they ain't going to be able to stop Marcus Mariota. That's what hard for you to say that. Oh, man. Coach Watt says, Coach Big Low, the fans realized that Matt was under 5 different OCs since 2014. I don't know if they realized that, Coach. Matt's gonna be beasting. He's gonna do really good in Indianapolis. Like I said, look, y'all need to make sure that you check up. Make sure that you check up on your Falcons lover friends. So on your Matt Ryan lover friends. So there's some Matt Ryan fans out there, and all I can say is, they're gonna be in their feelings like a Drake song. But in the meantime, man, it's like we got to keep this shit rolling. I've been saying this. How long have I had this channel, Coach Ronnie? A year and a half, 2 years. I've been saying this. Players, they come and go. But the team stays forever. So we legitimately can't, we can't get caught up in it, man. We can't get caught up in it. Twisted Torch is in here. He says, hey, man, this is nasty work on a 3rd round pick. Man, Terry Fontenot got finessed. It looks like he got scared. And he was like, well, let me just take this trade because I don't want to have to deal with Matt Ryan for the whole season. It seems like he just got scared. He didn't. Yeah, and poor planning. It's like he got caught up in the moment. And I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I get caught up in the moment. That just happens to us. He got finessed on this situation. Sergeant King, he said Baker. Wait a minute. Baker to Carolina.
Is that official or is that what everybody's guessing?
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to check up on that.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
I'm gonna have to check up on that. Tristan West said, that's right. Rise up Falcon. We'll be back. We're gonna be all right. Ain't nobody. So all the Saints fans out there, and if there are any Panthers fans out there, y'all gonna keep pounded. Y'all gonna keep getting pounded into the dirt. Everybody talks about this rivalry in Carolina. I don't know where the rivalry is. I don't know. Everybody's like, yeah, we have this rivalry. Like, what rivalry? But moving forward, man, we just going to try to make the best of what we got. This is going to be our first year in like 13, 14 years where we don't have a quarterback. Well, we don't have a quarterback that we're used to. So, to the Torch, he asked me how I feel about Marcus Mariota. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but this is your coaching staff's opportunity to make something shake.
Yeah, they said Baker Mayfield wanted to go to the Colts.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to go to the Colts. But do you see how the Colts just finessed the Falcons? They ain't going to no doggone Colts. He ain't going to no Colts. Colts just finessed the Falcons. They're like, man, they only giving them away for a third round pick. And then I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all something. It's like, let's say this don't work. The Colts, they just gonna cut them. If this don't work with Matt Ryan this year and they don't make that deep playoff run, the Colts are gonna cut Matt Ryan next season. And they're gonna have him for this season to make this Super Bowl run. And they're gonna have a quarterback for free this year. So they basically renting the quarterback.
Yeah.
They're basically renting the quarterback.
No real risk.
There's no real risk to them.
Their lowest third round pick.
Their lowest, the cheapest one that they got. Yeah. It is. We got finessed. Who's running the front office? That's the question. Because I need better than this. Kane, he says, yeah, Brian, go on believing that. Go Bucks. What in the world? Tyler says no quarterback, no wide receivers, bad O-line, no D-line, holes in the linebackers. What were they thinking? There's a lot of holes and nose in there. Man, it's rough. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all up, man. I know that y'all got things that y'all need to do. I got some work that I got to finish doing for today. But look, I want to thank everybody for coming on and chilling out with us. Like I said before, you could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us. Much love to you. Make sure that you hit that like button before you leave. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do subscribe. Like I said, we're steadily growing. Make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. Don't keep a good thing to yourself. Definitely. But in the meantime, I need y'all to stay safe and please don't do anything that I would do. Y'all already know what time it is. We ready.